Song of Solomon, part 26. In our last lesson, we started studying chapter 8, verses 1, 2, and 3. In that, I mentioned that I will start by explaining the wonder of the grape juice and the pomegranate juice. Well, just remember, let's just go back to see what's happening in verse 1. The church, which consists largely of Gentile believers, is yearning that only if we were born to the same mother as Jesus, the bridegroom, then our relationship could be public, not in secrecy. Okay? And verse 2, the church says, and I will bring you to my mother's house, and then you will teach me. Just like the way Mary, the sister of Lazarus, and Martha sat at the feet of Jesus and listened to him, we could have listened to you. Just as the way the Israelites, the Jews, and the hearers heard you 2,000 years ago, we also can hear you. But the church also says, we will not listen to you without giving you an offering. Giving you something. I mean, I'm not talking about offering, bringing to the church, bringing offering to the church, the tithes. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about giving him something wonderful. Okay? Well, we have talked about that in our foregone session. Now I told you I will explain as to why the church says that I will give you wine and pomegranate juice. Let's read verse 2 again. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, who would instruct me. I would cause thee to drink of spiced wine and of the juice of my pomegranate. What is spiced wine? Here it doesn't talk about the regular spices that we know, but fragrance. Wine in itself is sweet smelling, but then, to add some spices, some wonderful odorous properties would enhance the smell of that wine. And when I checked the etymology behind the wine, I don't see this as the wine as we know wine with 13 or 13.5% of alcohol, but it's mere grape juice. Now on that note, I want to tell you something, my dear friends. I don't know how you look at drinking wine. Many people say, well, you can drink but don't get drunk. And then the question is, where do you draw the line as to when you get drunk? Okay? Now, my personal position is that I don't drink wine that contains alcohol. So let's not get into that argument. So why not? Well, I mean, what's wrong with drinking a little bit of wine, you may say? Well, that's entirely up to you. But etymologically, the word wine here does not indicate an alcoholic wine, but it talks about the grape juice. Now, I am not a botanist, but there are botanists who examine these fruits, grapes and pomegranates, and they come out with details as to how wonderful these juices are. And I'm going to explain to you 14 good things about the grape juice and 14 good things about the pomegranate juice. Not to mention that there are much more benefits of these juices. Okay? But I just wrote down only 14 each of these two wonderful juices that the church is trying to offer to Jesus. And then we will talk about why these two juices over against other things that the church can give. Okay? Now let's start with the grape juice. The botanists say, and also confirmed by researchers, done by proper researchers, okay? They say that the grape juice, number one, reduces blood clots. We know that we have blood platelets in our blood, right? And if we have less number of platelets, then the risk of other diseases are there. When we have viral flus, some of the viruses like the dengue and some of the bad viruses eat up the platelets in our blood. And if we lose too many platelets, then our blood will never clot and it will cause problems. We need to have the platelets properly. And if we have too many platelets, then we will have unnecessary blood clots in our bodies, causing problems, sometimes fatal problems like stroke and those things are there. But grape juice, they say, reduces blood clots. Okay, number 2, grape juice also reduces the low density lipoprotein, which we call the LDL cholesterol, which is commonly known as the bad cholesterol. Okay, number 3, grape juice prevents damage to blood vessels. Wow. Number 4, it also stabilizes the blood pressure. We all know, the systolic, diastolic blood levels. And if maybe some of you may have low blood pressure, some of you may have high blood pressure. And grape juice is very good to control the blood pressure. When it's low, it will boost it up. And when it's high, it will bring it down. So it's a very good drink that you may want to drink. Okay. Number 5, grape juice contains the very important vitamins C and K. Okay. And also number 6, it is an antioxidant. That's very important to us, right? It is a good antioxidant. And also, researchers have proven that grape juices fight cancer. Wow, grape juice fights cancer. Okay, malignant cells. So it's good for, number 7 is grape juice is good for cancer. Number 8 is good for our heart. Well, as we know that it reduces LDL cholesterol, it also helps our heart. So if you want to have a healthy heart, have a glass of grape juice every day. Okay, number 9, it also reduces sugar in the blood. Diabetes is a major problem in many countries, isn't it? And many people are on diabetic pills or insulin. So why not try a glass of grape juice every day? It'll help you, okay? And number 10, it's good for eye health, they say. To our retina, to our ophthalmic glands, it's good, okay? And number 11, 3 things they say: memory, attention, and mood. Sometimes we may not encounter delirium or dementia or amnesia for that matter, but we have sometimes the forgetfulness, loss of short-term memory, etc. So this is good for memory enhancement. And also attention. Now you may find it very difficult to pay attention when people speak. Have you seen some people, they can't pay attention when people talk, they become groggy, they become sleepy, their eyelids close, and especially when you are in church and when somebody is preaching, people go groggy. And I must admit that I have this problem, okay? So we better have a glass of grape juice every day, okay? And also mood. It'll give us a good mood, having a little bit of grape juice would enhance the mood. Number 12, they say that grape juice is good for our bone health. Okay. And then number 13, grape juice is also to a certain degree antibacterial and antiviral. Wow. We have a lot of bacteria and viruses all over, right? Viruses could be a regular small virus all the way to coronavirus. Now, I'm not saying here that grape juice treats any and every bacterial and viral infections. No, but they say it is good to fight bacteria and viruses. Number 14, grape juice gives strength to age-related weaknesses. When we grow old, we sometimes find it difficult to do certain things that we did very freely when we were young. So the grape juice would help that out a little bit. Okay, let's talk about the pomegranate juice. You know that Israel is a very agricultural nation. One of their great incomes is agriculture. Not only that they produce things in volumes, but then in quality. Jaffa oranges. Have you eaten Jaffa oranges when you go to the supermarket? Depending on the country you are, okay. I mean, if you are living in the Middle East, or if you are living in countries that are not happy with Israel, you will never find Jaffa orange. But if you are living in the West, go to any mall, go through those oranges, and if you see on the oranges a sticker saying Jaffa orange, that is from Israel. Okay, that's the world's best oranges. And pomegranates, of course, pomegranates are found in many nations, but the Israeli pomegranates are yummy, 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 and they're huge. Some of them are as big as coconuts, okay, and they're very tasty. And when you go to Israel, you'll see that in many places they sell pomegranate juice. In some places, just a glass of pomegranate juice, freshly made, is $1, and you go 4 blocks away, and the same thing is sold for $4. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the pomegranate juice. It's antioxidant, number 1, just like the grape juice. And number 2, it contains 40% of vitamin C that we need per day. Amazing, isn't it? In other words, if we have 2.5 pomegranate fruit juice, then the daily requirement of our vitamin C is taken care of. Amazing. So a lot of vitamin C, that is. And then also, just like grape juice, pomegranate juice also fights cancer. So that's number 3. Okay, number 1, it's antioxidant. Number 2, it contains a lot of vitamin C. Number 3, it's good for cancer. And number 4, Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a very bad disease. Many people suffer from that. And because of Alzheimer's disease, also people lose their memory. So it's good to have a regular dosage of a cup of pomegranate juice. Okay. Number 5, a very common problem, that I too have, the problem of indigestion, gastritis, ulcers. I don't have ulcers, but then these are all interrelated, aren't they? And pomegranate juice is very good for your digestion and to take care of your gastritis problems. Okay. Number 6, pomegranate juice is good for inflammation. So it's anti-inflammatory. And it's also good, number 7, for arthritis. Many of us are suffering from arthritis, pain here, pain there. So pomegranate is very good. And number 8, just like grapes, pomegranate juice is also good for your heart. And number 9, for your cholesterol. Yeah, pomegranate juice is a cholesterol control as well. Number 10, it also controls the blood pressure. See, some of those things are like the grape juice, huh? Wow. And also number 11, it's antiviral. Okay. Number 12, it also has vitamins E, K, potassium and folate. Okay. And number 13, this is very important, pomegranate juice recovers the strength that we lose when we do sports or heavy work. Say we have to walk a lot, or maybe to do a little bit of exercise or sports, and then we lose our strength, don't we? And the pomegranate juice is very good to regain the lost strength. Number 14, it's good for diabetes, just like the grape juice, but the speciality of the pomegranate juice is that it decreases insulin resistance. Now we need insulin in our body to resist diabetes, but then there are there are things that resist the insulin that our body produces. So pomegranate juice fights against insulin resistance, enhancing the production of insulin. Okay, friends, now the church says, I will give you spiced wine or grape juice, okay, fragranced grape juice and pomegranate. Why? Well, my bridegroom, you are going to teach me. And when teaching, you're going to lose your strength. You need more strength. I will give you pomegranate juice to strengthen you. Okay? And I will give you this juice, which has all these wonderful properties. So I will give you the best. In our last program, I explained how when my daughter gives me something, it sort of elates me, it makes me happy. So we can not give anything to God that He doesn't have. Okay? But the attitude of the church to give Him the best is mentioned here. So I would want to sort of compare this with what we give God. Not only money, but what about our energy, our time, our importance, our talents, abilities to Him? Let's give Him the best. Let's give Him the best of our spiced wine and of our pomegranate juice. And then again, verse 3, His left hand, I explained last time that it means rest that He has given us during salvation. And He has given us rest, okay? And then blessing and protection that comes from His right hand. My dear friends, we are blessed. We are blessed. Some people visited me a few days ago who had visited me many years ago. So they are visiting me after many years, and you know what they said? Oh, Suresh, you are more blessed than before, right? I said, no. I'm not blessed any more than I was. Well, now you have these things which you didn't have then, they said. I explained, I said, God blessed me then to the level that I needed to be blessed then. I did not need a bus then, so He did not give me a bus. The fact that God has given me a bus or two now doesn't mean that I am more blessed. It means that my needs have grown and I needed the blessings to meet my needs. God said, I will meet your needs, my dear friends. Your needs are met, whether you ask your needs or not, okay? Some Christians say, I don't need to ask because He knows my needs. Well, if that's your belief, go ahead, wonderful. But some people say, well, the Bible says, ask and it shall be given, so we need to ask. So I ask. If that's your conviction, go ahead and ask. Okay, that's perfect. And some people say, well, I don't need to ask what I need, so I ask what I want. If that's your conviction, go ahead and ask. But I want to tell you my belief. I believe that He meets all our needs, whether we ask or not. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to not ask, okay? But I'm saying God is a loving Father and He meets our needs. We are blessed. You are blessed. And the problem with Christians today, many Christians, they are blessed, but they think they are not blessed when they compare themselves with others who may have things that these people don't have. God is feeding you. He is clothing you. He is giving you shelter. These are the three basic needs of everybody. And I believe God has blessed you. If you are blessed enough to watch this program, say through television or YouTube or a mobile phone or something, you must be healthy enough to listen to what I am teaching you. You may have this device through which you are viewing me. And you are alive. If you are too hungry, you will not sit and listen to me. So the fact that you are sitting and listening to me tells me that you are blessed. And if your needs grow, then God will give you more according to your needs. So don't say that I was less blessed then, I'm more blessed now, I want more of your blessings. I don't believe in that. From the day we got saved until the day we leave the earth, either through death or through rapture, I believe every one of us is blessed. Okay? So we are blessed. His right hand is blessing us and He is protecting us. I mean, we don't realize how God protects us. We can sleep and fall in our restroom and die. How many people die like that? Well, we didn't die like that. We are alive. God is protecting us from bomb blasts, earthquakes, volcanoes, pirates, and even cockroaches. Okay? The fact that we are alive today is an evidence that God is still protecting us. Okay? God's protection is there. So God's blessing is there. So He is giving His rest using His left hand, and He is giving us the blessing and the protection with His right hand. And I love it when He says what He says in chapter 4. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up nor awake my love until He please, says the King James Version, but it is actually, it could be she, but I believe it is she, because the bridegroom is talking now. The first 3 verses in chapter 8 are spoken by the bride. And this is a response of the bridegroom to what she says. And he feels sorry about what she says. She says, ooh, only if we were siblings of the same mother, then I would be more free. And I will bless you with spiced wine and pomegranate. I want to sit and listen to your teaching. And Jesus looks at the bride and He thinks, wow, I'm sorry for you, darling. Enjoy your rest that I have given you. So He turns to the Jews. Verse 4, I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem. Daughters of Jerusalem. It's a way to denote the Jews. Hey, Jews, don't stir up or awake my love. Let her rest. And once before too, I explained in this series that it means that the Jews should not impose the Judaic connotations and implications onto the Christians. Okay, now I love the Jews. I love the Messianic Jews. I love anything Jewish. I love anything Israeli. I love the Old Testament. We need the Old Testament, but we do not live in the Old Testament. We are in the New Testament. In our next segment, I'm going to elaborate on that. Okay, why does Jesus say to the Jews, to the Messianic Jews and to the others, don't disturb my bride? What does He really mean? Of course, I have explained this before, but I want to enhance on that. I want to elaborate on that and see what He really means. Anyway, my dear friends, enjoy. Go and live a wonderful life with your bridegroom Jesus. See you soon.